this is probably not going to be the clearest video I'll ever make. It's past 12 in the middle of the night. I just got back from an event. You can see the taco man. I have been cleaning my makeup, and I'm trying to get to like feed my tummy with food. So while I was about to clean my makeup, I just reflected on something that happened at the event earlier. Sorry, from my shirt. I'm really loud when it comes to shirt. So this is okay. This girl won an award. I think she's like 23. She won an award for some media stuff. I don't really remember. And she came with her mom. And at that moment, I thought about my mom. Not like I don't think about my mom regularly, but at that particular point, I thought about my mom. And so when I got home, the first thing that came to my head was pain. I was like, this whole point of starting this channel is not for me to be perfect. It's not for me to just script down, like write down what I'm going to talk about all the time. It's going to be at any given point when anything comes to my head. That's what I'm going to come up and talk about. So this is what happened. I think this is what it happens everywhere in the world. I mean, when people lost loved ones, or they get hurt by someone they really care about, someone they really love, and you trying to apologize, you're not giving the person enough time to heal. And when this person isn't okay with you again, or isn't defined like by your apology, or doesn't see your apology as anything, you get upset. You be like, I've been apologizing since. I don't know why you're still upset and all that. The truth is that people don't give people enough time to heal. People are different. You can hurt me right now, and in the afternoon I'm okay, I'll be fine. But someone else, you might hurt this other person, and the person might not heal next 1 week, next 2 weeks, next 1 month, next 1 year. It doesn't mean the person is a bad person. It doesn't mean the person knows how to keep grudges. It's just that people are different. We are different in character. People are really different. People take time to heal. I think that's what makes us humans. People take time to heal. People need to adjust to the fact that you hurt them. So when I take them 1 year, 2 years, 10 years to heal, allow them heal. Allow them heal. That's why situations come. That's why things like this occur. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that when have you ever like had an argument with somebody, and the person start bringing out stuff that had happened before, like they start bringing, that's how you did this thing before, that's how you did this thing before, that's how you did this before. It has happened to you, right? So it's not like this other person is bad, or this other person can't forget what you've done. But the truth, what you don't get is that people forgive, but people don't forget. That's why I try to, when I'm upset, I try to stay away from that particular person. I try to just maybe be silent. It depends on how you hurt me. Like, no matter how I get upset, no matter how my sisters upset me, my elder sisters, no matter how they upset me, I can never get mad at them and start being disrespectful to them. I don't know, maybe it's because of how I was raised, but I have never gotten so upset that I'll be disrespectful to them. I'll be saying things that I'll later regret. So what I do is, when you get on my nerves, and maybe we're together, we're in the same space, and you get on my nerves, you're saying something, and I'm like, please stop, let's end this conversation. That's what I say. And if I keep saying the same thing, I just leave. I just walk away. Or maybe we'll do it on, maybe you were on the phone and you were saying some kind of thing, and I'm like, can we just end this conversation? Can we just stop? And I'll just cut the call. Maybe a few minutes after, or an hour, or the next day, I'll probably call you and apologize for cutting the call on you. But the fact is that I'm very rude. I'm a very rude person, and I know words hurt a lot, more than you can ever imagine. So what I now practice is, I try to not allow people get under my skin. I try my best not to allow people get to me. Like, no matter how bad it is. I mean, I was just, if we're on the phone, I would just end the call, or we are in the same space, like I said earlier, I would just walk away. I feel like before I get to that stage, we'll start arguing, saying, getting upset, saying nasty things and all that. I think we should better be careful. I mean, we should really watch our words, what we say to people. And in summary, what I'm trying to say is that pain is inevitable. You should give people time to heal. I mean, no matter what you did, no matter what you did to them, just give them time to heal. Sometimes you feel like you didn't do. I mean, what I did wasn't such a big deal. It wasn't that bad. I don't see why he or she is holding grudges. It's not like that. It's not. It doesn't make the other person bad or anything. It just make them who they are. It just make them human. They're human. So even if you expect them, I mean, you don't say things, you don't do things to people, like to all people, and you you now be in control of their feelings. Like, it doesn't work that way. You can't hurt me, and when I get angry, you be upset. You be angry that I am angry, like you didn't do anything. I mean, the thing that gets on my nerves the most is when somebody did something to you, they just go MIA. When they get back, they don't apologize. They just assume everything is fine. They pretend to forget that there was a fight or there was a quarrel. They just pretend to forget. Not like they forget, they just pretend. And they just come back and assume everything is okay. Then when you start giving them attitude, start not giving them, like my worry people will say, start to they fashion them, you get? They start getting upset. They start saying, like my worry people will say again, it's not so she they carry body, they show herself like that. So I don't know how you guys say about, like I said earlier, pain is inevitable. You can't control how people feel. You can't give them, you can't tell them when to feel sad, when to be happy, when to forgive you, when to do this. You have to give them time to heal. And excuse me. I'm so hungry. I mean, do you know what happened? I had an event today and I didn't eat all day because I can't suck my tummy in. Like, I can't suck belly, I just don't. I just didn't want to eat so my tummy doesn't pop out. And you know when you eat too much and you want to suck belly in, you can't do that, right? It's always very painful. So I try not to eat all day, but it got, when it was like 3:30 to 4, I was so hungry. I thought I was gonna pass out. I swear to God, I thought I was gonna pass out. Yeah, that's just it. Sorry. Back to my conversation. I mean, the whole thing. Sometimes, like, I had like this altercation with a friend some months ago. Was it like, yeah, like 2 months ago? I think she did something. Then it wasn't like she did something. It was, I had something to do with. I mean, she introduced me to somebody. Then I think I was looking for an apartment. Like, yeah, and the funny thing is that she's a girl I love and I respect. So this person wasn't giving me results. So I had to work with someone else. And eventually, he sent me a picture of an apartment. But another person had already showed me the apartment before. And I already told the guy I was going to pay for it. So after the whole thing and all that, the guy messaged me like a week after and asked me what's up, that he has a new place for me. And I told him no, I've already got a place. And he was upset. They called to call me and it was like, how would you, okay, no, it wasn't calling me, it was texting me. And he got upset and it was like, so that's how you do. I'm like confused. I'm like, I've been talking to you. I was hunting with you for over a month and you haven't gotten me a result. And you don't expect me to look for other people to help me look for an apartment. So I don't know what happened. He called my friend, and he ranted. So my friend called me and I was talking to her. She didn't even allow me to explain. She just called the call on me. And she was texting me nonsense. And I called her. I said, don't you ever do that. Because apparently she didn't even call me. She flashed me. Or I saw a missed call. I called her back. So I was talking to her. Then she called the call on me. She was raising up and I called her back. I said, don't you ever do that. No, before I called her back, she was texting me. Like, she was sending me nonsense messages. And one thing about me, if you start texting me long messages, like, I mean, it's not an email. You can't be sending me WhatsApp message, bunch of messages. Not as if you're gisting, like you're upset. You started sending me. I won't read it. Probably read the first line. I'll clear the chat. That's what I do. So I called her and I told her. I said, never in your entire life drop the call on me. Don't you ever. If someone tells you something that happened, did you for once, or did you ever thought like, why would my friend do that? Do you understand? Why would she do that? I'm not sure she would say something like that. Do you understand? Then you just get upset. Then you start talking to me anyhow. Then you call the call on me. I mean, I called you with my credits. Then you called. It's not as if you called me. I called you. You dropped the call on me. I mean, can you imagine the effort you like the gods? And she's my friend. I love her to death. So I called her back. I said, don't you ever do that. Don't you ever. Like, it's only happened. Let me explain. Allow me to explain before you jump into conclusion. I mean, you introduced me to this guy for months and he hasn't been getting all the things he has been doing. You just made me wait my credit calling him and all that. I haven't gotten solution. And you don't expect me to just sit by when you know I need this place urgently. You don't expect me to sit by. I don't look for other people to help me out. So I got a place. I don't see the need of telling him, because every time I gave him a particular budget, I gave him my budget. Every time he gets me a house that is ridiculously expensive, and we end up having the same conversation over and over again. Then you know about this because I keep telling you. Then because the guy tells you something, you call and you're shouting and cutting up. Are you insane? Are you my mother? That's, by the way, she's my friend and everything. So, and that's it now. So after this whole altercation order, she started acting up. Do you understand? And I'm like, girl, we've come a long way. I don't think you have to be this mad at me for anything. So literally, we later settled, like, not like we settled, not like we never quarreled, but I just called her to prove a point. Never, do you get? So it was just like that. So technically, what I'm trying to say is that you should give people space to heal. If you upset them, if you make them feel bad about themselves, try to apologize and give them time to heal. Let them heal. Even if it takes them months, weeks, years, never give up on them, but just allow them heal. Because if someone is not healed fully, they tend to resent you. I mean, you force them to forgive you, not like they really forgive you. They try to be, I mean, you guys are hanging out again and everything, but one way or the other, they don't feel comfortable anymore. If they normally share stuff with you, they can't share stuff with you no more because they don't trust you enough. It's not because you're bad or because they are bad, it's because you didn't give them enough time to heal. So, like I said earlier, pain is inevitable. Sometimes we don't get the result we want, but as a human being, we should learn to respect others people's feelings. Let them be who they are. Don't force them to be who you want them to be. Let them heal. So pain is inevitable and healing is necessary. So it takes some people faster to heal. It takes some people longer to heal. So please let people heal. And I have to go because I have to eat like maybe half of this, then clean up my makeup. So bye bye. See you next week.